Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho. Today I'm bringing you guys another quick commentary, and this video I'm going to be talking about basically my opinions on, you know, I guess, quote-unquote internet drama and gossip and other shit like that. So the premise for this commentary this time, that is that if you guys don't know or are not familiar with them, people like Woody's Gamertag, FPS Kyle have come together and put together a very famous podcast called Painkiller Ready, or PKA for short. And recently, PKA has been going through some major changes. Those changes specifically being the usual hosts that used to be on the show, specifically being Woody, Kyle, Lefty, and what was it again? Wings? Yeah, Wings. They've basically been removing some of their hosts because the hosts have now lately have been having I guess a lot of problems. Problems could have varied, but so far Wings and Lefty have since departed from the PKA crew, and they have basically left what was it, Woody and FPS Kyle to run the show by themselves for the most part. I hear they are bringing over Merker Durka as a permanent host, which is great because I've watched I've watched a few podcasts featuring Merker Durka, and I think the guy is a hilarious dude. So that's all great and fine and dandy. But earlier today, as I was looking through my my YouTube subscription box, just looking through what kind of videos is in my sub box to see which ones I want to watch. I'm subscribed to Wings the Redemption, so I see his video from earlier today, and basically, if you guys don't know, he's got a walking video blog because he wants to get in shape. So he's basically, I think the premise of it is that he's trying to make a walking video every single day for a year straight in order to help incentivize himself to get in shape, basically, because he's a fat guy, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but he's a fat dude, and he wants to lose some weight. So if that's what he feels can help him lose weight, then that's great. But this particular video, it's titled "Walking in the Rain and the Lefty Situation." In the description, it says, "I talk about the new information on the PKA scandal." See where I'm putting the emphasis there? Scandal. Now, that's it for the setting up the commentary thing, or the example rather. And I really want to talk about why people use the word scandal and other things like that. Because personally speaking, I'm going to draw a line here. I fucking hate it when people say scandal. Oh my god, they're having this scandal. Oh my god, they're going to have that scandal. There's a scandal going on. Scandal, scandal, scandal. Like, to me, it feels like the connotation of the word scandal has basically been reduced to nothing more than, oh my god, it's just gossip now. Like, you see the word scandal basically on every single fucking tabloid that you see when you go super grocery shopping at Ralph's or Pavilions or Vons or whatever. Like, the word scandal didn't used to be that way. Well, maybe it has been, like, ever since I was old enough to understand what American popular culture has basically been reduced to, or has been this entire time. But whenever I see YouTubers or just internet people use the word scandal, I'm just kind of facepalm and be like, dude, why you have to call it a scandal? It ain't even a scandal. A scandal to me is when the fucking president bangs some other chick that's not his wife. That's a scandal to me. But when people on the internet suddenly decide, oh my god, it's a good idea to use the word scandal to describe something that's going on, it's one thing to call something drama, and it's another thing to me personally to call something a scandal. To me, a scandal is a lot more serious than drama. What's going on with the PKA podcast is not a scandal. It's not even It's not even drama in my opinion. Maybe it is to some other people, but to me, it's just simple. It's a simple matter of, okay, the hosts are having some problems with themselves, so in order to solve it, they've decided the best course of action is to simply get rid of them, because that's the only way they're going to solve the problem, because otherwise they're going to be bogging themselves down, they're going to be bogging out their performance on doing these podcasts if they don't take these steps. That's not drama, that's just them doing what they need to do in order to keep the show going. And as far as I'm concerned, Woody's Gamertag is the true owner of PKA, because Wasn't he the one who started it? I could be completely misinformed on it, but from what I can tell, it seems like Woody is the main host or the main producer of PKA. So whatever he feels needs to be done, as long as he himself does not do anything scumbag, or he's being, or at the very least he's being as transparent as can be when it comes to what he does for his YouTube channel for PKA. You know, that's not a drama. It's a business. They've made it very clear that PK has now become to the point where they consider a business venture, and whatever they need to do to make it a successful business, let them do it. No one really needs to stick their nose in and say, "Oh my God, it's a scandal." Especially when someone like Wings of Redemption, who was the first main host, quote unquote, to have been, well, let's face it, he was ejected from the PKA podcast. For him to make a video about the whole thing, saying, "Oh my God, I'm going to be talking about the PK scandal today," dude. Look, I get that you used to be one of the main hosts on PK. I get that, so I can understand why you would feel that you have a right to talk about it on your own channel. But to me, when you say scandal, that kind of means that you're kind of still butthurt over the fact that you got thrown out of the PKA podcast. So there really is no reason why you or anyone else should call this thing a scandal. Of course, this is all my opinion. I could be very biased in my opinion as well. In fact, I am, because I support Woody and Kyle a bit more, because to me they seem like the most transparent out of everyone here, or out of the four hosts that that from what I can tell from watching Woody's explanation video. Again, if Lefty has made a video and I need to watch it so I can see what's going on his end. But from what I know and from what I can tell, it seems like those two guys are kind of the more transparent guys in this whole situation. And for someone like Wings, who promised he would go on the survival trip with Kyle and Woody, but ended up bailing on them on the last minute, coming in and making a video and calling the whole podcast situation a scandal is kind of a douche move. In fact, it is. And I'm not really too sure after seeing that video. I haven't even watched it. I just saw that in my sub box and read the title and the description. And now I'm not really too sure if I have the same amount of respect for Jordy Jordan as I used to before. I still have a lot of respect for him trying to lose the amount of weight, trying to get himself back into shape and all. That's fine. But as far as his opinions go on PKA, I kind of don't want to hear it anymore, to be honest with you. And it doesn't have to pertain to PKA before. If you guys have been hanging around my channel for a long time, you guys know I've had my fair share of quote-unquote internet drama within the past 2 years, because of the fact that I'm not afraid to put my opinion out there, which obviously to a lot of people may come off as very douchebaggy. People don't like me for saying what's on my mind. People think that's not professional. People think, my opinions are just absolute ass. People don't like me, and that's how, that's sometimes how drama spawns. And part of that is my own fault. Sometimes, I need to realize where I need to draw the line and say, okay, I don't need to say this much, or whatever. And I understand that. But, at the end of the day, I don't call it a scandal. Never once have I called it a scandal or a drama, or called anyone else anyone else in their own problems said, "Oh, what he's doing is a scandal," or "What that guy's doing is a drama," and I'm going to point fingers at it and draw attention towards that because I want to make I want to make money by getting views on this video because someone else is having a scandal and blah yada yada yada. I don't do that, and I don't plan on doing that because I think that's one of the most dickish moves that someone like me, someone with a lot of subs on YouTube, on a popular social media site, can do in order to gain money, gain revenue off their videos. I honestly think that's not what YouTube is for. If you want gossip, you want, tabloids or whatever, either you go to Twitter or you go to your local grocery store and buy the fucking tabloids. That's what they're meant for. YouTube is not a place for those kinds of things. If you need to make a video explaining what's going on, or just explaining, oh, this is what I think of what's going on, recently or whatever. This is what I think of PKA podcast situation. This is what I think of this, or this is what I think of that. That's fine. That's completely okay. And I wholeheartedly support that because I believe in, America, freedom of speech. You get to say whatever you want, that's fine. As long as you're not going out there and hurting people, or instigating violence against certain people or instigating violence in general, that's fine. You can say whatever you want. If people support you, that's great. If not, then oh well. Try next time. Try harder next time. But to say that's one thing though. It's another thing entirely to call things scandals. Just personally, I don't get it. Personally, I really, really don't like when people go out there on social media sites, YouTube, whatever, and just point fingers at what they think are quote unquote scandals. The only issues, the only internet sensation or internet incident that I've ever seen so far that has come even close to, a full blown quote unquote scandal is the time when who's that guy's name? iFly Alini. I don't know if that might be his real name. iFly. I know his name. I know his name is iFly. But that guy, if you guys don't know, he was a COD YouTuber a couple years back, and there was this incident with him where someone caught him, or something happened where people got hold of the fact that he was on ChatterBait or some adult website, basically sitting naked in his chair, fapping or whatever, to something. I don't know the full details, but something along the lines of that, leaked out, and he was ostracized. I think he was part of the Air Force, so when his superiors in the military heard of that, he basically got kicked out. His girlfriend left him because of that incident. Basically, his life sucked for the next couple of years, and then after that incident, he, came back with the intention of redoing YouTube again after going through that hard time, which I wholeheartedly respect because it takes a lot of guts and a whole shit ton of balls of steel in order to come back to a website that completely fucking hates you for, oh, you fapped to something over the internet, haha, we're going to go up in pitchforks and torches and completely shit on your YouTube channel because you think you did something we think it's embarrassing when everyone else faps to porn in their free time as well. Oh yeah, let's ostracize you for that one, huh? So that's the only time that any YouTube sensation or YouTube incident has come close to a true scandal. Other than that, I really don't want to hear anything else be called a scandal. What's happening with the PKA podcast is nowhere near the level of a true scandal. You want a scandal? You go read those tabloids. They'll show you what a true scandal is, motherfuckers. In any case, I'm done ranting here. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys didn't like the commentary, I feel bad for you. You shouldn't have watched it. You just wasted 13 minutes of your life. If you did like the video, then thank you guys very much for watching. These are just my opinions on what I think is what's going on around me, what's going on the interwebs. If you don't like what I have to say, sorry, just get out. There's not really much else I can say. Things like this really do kind of upset me because, honestly, things like this are what make me look at and say, I feel really good about myself because at least I'm not as dumb as that guy. So thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you guys later. I'm done talking.